Welcome to the NGO office, New York, where the Institute of the Blessed Virgin Mary Loreto and a congregation of Jesus collaborate together with the United Nations. We've finished the commission for social development with the specific topic of homelessness and the question of affordable housing and social protection systems as a means of helping homeless people. And the important thing about it all is that we were talking about people. And with me here I have Sister Soria Nongtdu from the Rainbow Homes, Kolkata, where she cares for and runs the home for young girls who are actually homeless. So, welcome, Soria. And yes, it was just so good to have you here for the commission. And then, first of all, would you just tell us a bit about the commission, like what it was like and all of that? Because I know that the Loreto sisters in India, they are going to be very interested in hearing what you have to say about it all.
Okay, the commission here, this time they are having about the specific topic regarding the affordable housing and the social protection to end the homelessness. And here the different NGO comes together and they work together with the with the stakeholder, and they are helping those people who has no voice to speak about their social protection, especially about the policy and advocacy. And through their help, they are coming together to make some policy and advocacy.
Yeah. And would you just tell us a bit about what stands out for you, when you think of the whole 2 weeks, basically? What was most important for you?
For me, the most important here, I see I'm very happy to witness that the civil society and the stakeholder work together, and especially to see the NGO working together here as a one. They are all come together for the good cause to fight the homelessness and to push the government people that the government has it is their duty to take care of this to make the policy how to end the homelessness.
Yeah. Yes, and like I suppose in the different sessions and then in the side events as well, they were talking a lot about the causes of homelessness and what they call the drivers, and those like the different things you heard there. What stands out for you?
And the side event was a very it's a very inspiring and knowledgeable, and all those people, especially when those expertise and who experience the homelessness, when they share their own story, that is the touching for me. And I really to see from their point of view how they are suffering, how they are experience the homelessness, and due to that, and when they share their own story to us, I feel that is the it gives us a lot of hope and insight and how to fight back and how to help, especially to go to the right people, especially to make the policy, and th- that the government people, the NGO and the government have to work hand in hand to end the homelessness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. I think that was one of the things that was very important, and it was I think we had an excellent example in the way the NGO community and the United Nations and governments actually worked together this year to get what we did as a result, and which is basically it's a definition, well, not exactly a definition, but a framework for a definition of homelessness. And you'd say, well, what is a definition of homelessness? Because in actual fact, every country looks at homelessness and defines it in a different way. So they're trying to get an international definition going. So, and then the second part of that is right. If you don't have a definition, if you don't have a common understanding of what are we talking about, well, then you can't count the homeless people. So, now they've had all kinds of difficulties of counting different groups of people, and really with no overall numbers, shall we say, or no overall way of actually getting a hand on the question of homeless people. So, on the one hand, then we had the part of the governments and panels, the civil society, and all of that. And then on the other hand, you had what you'd call the sharing of it's sharing of knowledge and it's sharing of good practice, and many people there, shared about yeah how you need to work with governments, what needs to be included if we're talking about homeless people, and it's the accommodation or the home for homeless people, because it was very important, I think, the difference between housing and home, and they spoke a lot about that in a very, very beautiful way. And I suppose from the perspective of the kind of learnings around the caring for homeless people, and in your case it's girls, but they were talking about adults and youth and children. So, like, what would you see as a kind of uh, main, how shall we call it, learnings or important points that stood out there that we all need to kind of keep in mind and keep thinking
For homelessness, there are different types of homelessness. It can be even old age, and people they lose their job, or even they get a job as not pay low pay,
of.
and people who are due to healthcare, they are not able to. Healthcare is a big huge issue, especially when you are old and when they are sick, and especially and okay, and like the rainbow children and who are from the street, who especially those who don't have the, due to poverty they come to the street, and due to sometimes even the parents they don't want to be separated from their children, but due to certain situation or poverty, and they don't have a house properly, how to live in a small roof, and due to that, that's why they become homelessness. And I feel like homelessness is throughout the world, but in different form of homelessness, people are suffering from that. And even the youth, uh, at the age of 18, they might be, when they are by themselves, they find very difficult, and due to that lack of job, or even if they get a job and they don't have a family, they tend to go by themselves, and there is no support system for them, then they experience that homelessness.
I thought that the conversations we had about that were actually very interesting, and to see the efforts you're trying to make in around the rainbow homes, and when the girls actually come to the age of 18, and if they have or if they haven't uh, a home or housing, how you manage all of that. That was all very interesting to hear about it from you. And I think I asked myself now, is there anything, what would you like to say kind of to the Loreto and the CJ who are working or caring about homeless people? What would you like to say to us all?
I would like to say to all of us, especially who are working with the children and with the youth, we need to be to work hand in hand with the different NGO, and especially to make sure that we are working together with the government and with the state government to push them. Sometimes it's difficult, like even if we are doing, I feel like we are doing the charity work. We haven't do that the policy and advocacy, how to guide people in the right place, because they are the voiceless, and we have to voice up for themselves. We have to voice out to the right people how to work together, and we need to ensure that we need to tell the government people that we are there to work together, and the government have to ensure that it is their duty to get the right whatever policy they have to, and especially to help those people who are in need and those who are in homelessness.
So thank you very much for that. Sorry, that was really kind of you to come along and to talk about it. And hope our people around the world, our network around the world, will learn from what you've been sharing. And the commission has been a really wonderful experience. Now, when I say wonderful, I really mean it. It's meaningful, and it was just so beautiful, to hear the different people speak from their experience, and then to be able to discover from that all that is being done, all that can be done, and all that needs to be done. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Soria.
so
Thank
much. Thank you.
you.